All right, guys, so welcome in. If you guys can, turn on your screens. We would love to see the face with the name. I want to welcome in, of course, Robert. Thank you for turning on your screens. We have Latoya. Welcome to our True Real Estate Exchange Wednesday night training. Tonight, we're being trained by an industry giant. If you guys haven't seen him already, I go to sleep watching HGTV, right? This is all day in and day out. We have a industry legend. When I tell you, I've been watching him since 2013 when he was doing Flip or Flop, okay? And then now he's with, the Flipping El Mousas and then so many other great shows that we tap into so we can really understand the knowledge within the industry. All right, guys? So Tarek El Moussa is joining us, but let's take the time right now to please share this out with your business partners. If you don't see them on the Zoom right now, now is the time to share it out. We have this Wednesday training right at 7 o'clock Eastern time every week, where Claudia Hibbert-Smith, our business partner here at EXP, icon agent, she always shares so much nuggets, right? And then brings us somebody who is really able to help us leverage their knowledge and take our businesses to the next level. So you're going to want to get a pen and paper, all right? I'm Crystal Mestres Bishop, guys, partner here with EXP Realty. I'm honored to see everybody on the live. Love that so many people are turning on their cameras. Guys, tell me city and state. Let's get this chat going. All right, let's get the chat going. Where is everybody tuning in from? Celia Niece, I see you smiling. Yes, drop it in the chat. We got Miami. We have California, Florida, of course, Sunny Isles. We have PA. Atlanta in the building, Oklahoma City. Guys, do you see the power of being a brokerage in all 50 states, 27 countries, right? This is next level, and we're able to tap into the best within the industry, all right? So let me know, Sonia, if you see Claudia, let me know on the live. Let me come here and allow this recording, absolutely. Guys, get a pen and paper. Do we have our pens and papers? Let's put it up to the screen. We're going to want to take notes today. Yes, interaction. I love it. I love it. So I want to welcome in Latoya, Miss Jones. Okay, Kim. We have Celia Niece. All right, what time is it now? 7:02. Guys, if you are familiar, of course, with our guest speaker today, let's drop some fire for him. I want him to feel so welcomed, right? Coming to our Zoom tonight is super important. Him taking the time to pour into us. He is a partner here within our organization, and we're able to leverage his expertise. So that is next level. Drop some fire. Thank you, Miss Cordy Moore. Welcome. We have Jennifer Wilson. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, guys. So we'll be starting momentarily. We have more people dropping what city and state they're from. We have St. Louis, right? Okay. All right, so with no further ado, let me know. Claudia Hibbert-Smith, come to the forefront. I want to see you. I want to be able to pin you so you can do the honors and really bringing up our guests tonight. It's a big, big, big deal.
She had to restart. Just logging it now.
Okay, no worries, no worries. So we have California, we have Atlanta, Georgia again, Rhode Island. You're not too far from me. I'm in New Jersey, really from New York, from Brooklyn. Anybody from Brooklyn in the house? Drop some fire. Love it from New York. I see Dr. Murphy on the line, Maryland. It's a big, big deal.
She's here.
Love it. Thank you, Sonia. Appreciate that. So with no further ado, guys, I want to bring on my business partner, right? Icon agent here in EXP Realty. Not only that, she is our team lead. She trains us, let's say, not let's say, every day, Monday through Friday, right? She makes sure that we have our daily huddles where we're able to share our wins, share our real estate goals, and tap into top industry experts so that we can really take our business to the next level. Claudia Hibbert-Smith, are you on the line?
I am. I was trying to get my superpower camera to work, but
you got it. You looking
I had
fast.
to jump on and jump off, but I'm here. I am here, guys. I'm excited Drop some fires if you are excited to be here in real estate. I tell you what, I'll tell you a little story. Success, I wasn't born into success. Okay, I had a son at 14, guys, Claudia and Hibbert-Smith. Everybody counted me out, for my friends, family, teachers. I mean, you name it, they did it. You name it, they did it. Not only did I graduate at the top of my class, but I became a Gator, a University of Florida Gator, which is, you know, top 10 in the US, guys, a very prestigious school. And I went there, and I'm a Gator. Go Gator. I enjoyed every bit. It got me a job. Yep. You know, you know, that's what they tell you to do. You know, graduate, go to college, get a job, and that's what I did. I got a job just over broke. I was barely being able to pay bills that were 3 months behind. A good friend of mine bought a house. The lady, the realtor, made $40,000, and I said, "That's what I want to do. I want to become a realtor." That's exactly what I said. I want to become a realtor. I want to make a lot of money like that lady just made. I did. 2 days later, I quit my job. I didn't even go back. I wasn't giving no 2-day notice. I was burning the bridge, not in a bad way, but I didn't want to fail and have to go back to the job. So I just quit. And the rest is history. I became the rookie of the year, spent 20 years with one company. Now I am partnered with Tarek Moussa, and I love it. Guys, I love real estate. And I'll tell you something else. You know, my husband and I just bought this huge school building, 25,000 square feet. And 11 banks told us no. 11 banks told us no. So we had to go the hard money route. And I'll tell you this, we had to come up with 40%, which is almost $1.5 million. And we didn't have $1.5 million sitting in the bank anywhere. We had some leverage, but not all of it. I was able to sell a property that I had purchased for $40,000 a duplex. Y'all listen to this, $40,000. Years later, I was able to sell that very same duplex for $500,000. Was able to get liquid again, guys, to be able to scale. We own a school, and we're on a mission to teach our kids what they didn't teach us in school. So I want to bring up, I don't know if Tarek is here. Tarek here
I'm
yet?
here. How's it going?
Hey, I love this guy. Guys, let me tell you something. You know, I have a very, very high level of respect for Tarek, and I'll tell you why. You know, when I heard his story, I said, oh, this guy wasn't given everything that he had. He was just like me. He had to make the phone calls. He had to fail a lot of times. He had to come up with the systems. He had to hire the coaches. And don't y'all just love his family? Like, I feel like I'm Auntie Tarek. I feel like I am Instagram and Facebook Auntie. Let me just throw that out there.
Thank
And so
you.
I want to move myself out the way, guys, because when we have people like Tarek Moussa, and I won't go over his credentials, Crystal did a very good job of telling you where he's featured and all the things that he's doing. Like, I think, Tarek, sometimes people forget where you started and they just kind of see where you ended. So I want you to kind of go over that story, and then just go back into training. And I know we have you for a short bit here, and I'm excited, and I want to move myself out the way because I could talk, and I'm out of here. Take it away, Tarek.
All right. Well, thank you so much. It's great seeing you. I love the energy as always. So, you guys, I started off just like you. I didn't go to any fancy colleges. I didn't have wealthy parents. I didn't have any of that. My parents immigrated from different countries. I'm first generation American, and it's been a journey. But here's the truth about success. The more pain you can endure, the farther you can go. And what happens is most people aren't willing to endure any pain at all, because they don't understand why. And they don't understand why because they can't see the vision. They can't see where that pain's going to take them. So I'm going to share with you guys a couple of the highlights of my life. So, the first highlight was when I got into selling real estate. I was 19 years old. I was at a Washington Mutual Bank, and at the time I was selling Cutco knives. I lost my lead book, so I put myself out of business. And I was at this ATM, and I'm looking at the ATM, and it's literally laughing at me because I had no money. I was like, man, I'll never forget. I was like, man, what am I going to do? And I looked to the right, and there was a crooked sign. Sign said, Wise Old Owl, Real Estate School. So then I thought to myself, so, well, shit, if I could sell knives, I could probably sell houses. So I walked across the parking lot, signed up for real estate classes, and that's how I actually got into the real estate business. And it was a defining moment in my life. And a defining moment in your life is just, it's a point or a moment in your life that changes the trajectory of your life, right? So one day I'm a broke kid going to college, lost my knife book, and then an hour later, I'm now getting my real estate license, and I'm going for a new career. So here's what happened. When I first started in real estate, I did what everybody else did, which was mostly nothing. I remade my flyer 500 times. I redid my business card 6,000 times. I held open houses. Nobody showed up. If they did, they were cranky. Like, so I did all of these things, and I completely failed at the beginning. I failed. And if you read my book, Flip Your Life, there was I mean, the story gets long, but there was a moment. Well, I'll just tell you guys, I'll make it quick. So I think it was about 4 or 5 months into selling real estate. I had gotten no deals, and I used to do something called floor time. You guys have no idea how lucky you are to be selling houses in 2024. So floor time is where you sit next to the secretary and you hope to God somebody calls from one of the newspaper ads. And nobody liked to do floor time, so I would always pick up everybody's shift. Man, I did so many shifts. I got no deals, no leads, just sitting there, sheer boredom, no iPhones, nothing, like nothing, you guys. So that was it. I'll never forget the day. I was 20 years old. I looked over at Carol. I said, "Hey, Carol, I quit. I quit real estate." I stood up. I moved the chair. I said, "Man, I'm going back to school." I drove home. I don't think I've ever shared this story with too many people, actually. I drove home. I'm on the couch. I get a call from Carol about an hour later saying, "Well, there's someone here that wants to buy a house." I'm like, "You've got to be kidding me. I just quit real estate an hour ago." And you guys, like, I really quit. Like, I was done. Fine. I got dressed, went back to the office, and turns out they already knew the house they wanted to buy. I didn't have to show them the house, so I just had to write an offer. But then they were contingent, so I had to leave a listing contract for their house. So all of a sudden, I got 2 deals going, right? So in the morning, I go to the fax machine to send it to the agent. Ding dong, ding dong, ding. You know, the good old days, right? And then right as it started going, I thought to myself, well, wait a minute, the market's hot. How many other agents are sticking offers in fax machines right now? I yanked it out of the fax machine, looked at the bottom of the paperwork, and it gave me the address. I drove to the address. It was this nice building. I go to the 3rd floor, the girl at the front. She goes, "Hi, can I help you?" I said, "Hi, I'm here to see so-and-so." She goes, "Great, what time's your appointment?" I said, "I don't have an appointment. I just need to talk to this guy real quick." She goes, she laughed at me a little bit. She said, "You can't just come in here and see Mr. So-and-so." And I was like, "Well, why?" I was a 20-year-old kid. I was naive. She's like, "Well, you just can't do that." And so I sold myself, right? Sold myself. "Please, I need 1 minute. Trust me. He's going to want to hear from me." She asked him, he goes, "Last door on the left." So I walk down the hall, last door on the left. I open the door, big glass windows, views of the hills, and these like crystal trophies everywhere, like everywhere. So I have my offer in my hand. He goes, "Come in." This big burly guy, big goatee, shaved head. He goes, "Sit." So I sit down and I go, "Hi, I have an offer for you. You're listing at 123 Main Street," whatever the address was. I hand it over to him and he goes, puts his hand out. He goes, "Stop." Pulls out a manila folder. One by one, he starts flipping the offers, saying, "Well, this one's better than yours. This one's better than yours." And it turns out he was not only the listing agent of the house, he also owned the brokerage. And also, it was his house. So then he tells me, "I'll tell you what, I'll take your deal, but you have to come start working for me today. And I'm giving you 5 seconds to decide." He puts his hand out. 5, 4, 3, put my hand out. We got a deal. So guess what, guys? I put a deal for $33,000 together. I was 20 years old. Okay, so now this is where I want you to pay attention. I got the $33,000, right? So what would I assume as a 20-year-old making that much money? I'm rich, right? So what did I do? Well, the brand new Cadillac Escalade just came out in all the rap videos, and you know, I thought I could be a hip hop artist or something, and I wanted the Escalade. So I went out and bought a brand new Cadillac Escalade, but I was so young and I had no credit. So the dealership required me to put down $25,000. So here's what happened. My 33,000 took 25, put it as a down payment on a car. I was left with 8,000. Guess what? 4 months later, couldn't drive the car anymore. Why is that? I couldn't afford the gas. Why is that? I had no idea how to duplicate making money. So what was the lesson? I don't want to make money getting lucky. I want to make money with a repeatable system that I could do over and over and over. But guess what? I didn't know what that system was. So now I'm broke. I'm living in my mom's garage. I can't even drive my new car, you guys. So I go to a Mike Ferry training event. It was a free event at a Buena Park Sequoia Athletic Club. You guys all know Mike. He's the GOAT. I love Mike. So I'm a 20-year-old kid listening to this guy, Mike, and Mike's a genius, you guys. He convinces me I'm going to be the most successful real estate agent in the world. He convinces me I'm going to sell 100 homes a year. He convinces me I'm going to be rich by 25. I'm like, yeah, I'm in. So I ended up signing up for one-on-one coaching. And this was 2003, 2004, 2003. So one-on-one coaching was $1,000 a month back in 2003, which is like, $100,000 a month today with this inflation stuff, right? So I'm 20 years old. I'm living in my mom's garage. It's not a converted garage. It's a garage. I slept next to my dirt bike. And I signed up for coaching $1,000 a month, and I didn't have money, so I put it on my credit card. Here's what I did. I told myself I'm going to do exactly what my coach says. Exactly. And I know if I do exactly what my coach says, it should work, right? I didn't say I'm going to do 50% of what my coach says. I didn't say 80. I didn't say 85. I said 100%. So I said, all right. So I get a coach. And then I tell him I want a repeatable way to always have business because I'm tired of waiting for business. Like, that's not my style. He goes, I think you'll like expired listings. And then he starts telling me about expired listings. And then he goes, you have to make a minimum of 20 contacts a day, which is 20 conversations. I told him, no way, I'm going to do 50. And he laughed at me. He said, nobody could do 50. That's a lot. He's like, to do 50, you got to make like 500 calls. I said, I'll make 500 calls. And he goes, yeah, that's what everybody says. I'll tell you guys what I did. Pay attention to this. Very important. I'm broke. I can't drive my car. I just put $1,000 a month on my credit card. Would you guys say I'm all in? Am I all in? I'm all in, right? If this doesn't work out, I'm done. So I decided I was going to work from 7:30 a.m. till 8:30 p.m. 5 days a week with a 2-hour break in the afternoon. On Saturdays, I took Saturday off. And on Sundays, I worked 4:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. So Monday through Friday, 12, 13-hour days, 4 hours on Sunday. All I did was expired listings. And let me explain something. I wasn't trying to get listings. I wasn't trying to make money. I was trying to do one thing. And this is the one thing I want all of you to focus on. Try to have contacts, which is a conversation with a human on the phone. So most people, they're terrified to call for sale by owners and expired listings. You want to know why? Because they think they're going to suck. Guess what? You're going to suck. That's how you learn. It doesn't matter. I sucked too. I made millions of dollars because you get better, right? So it just takes practice. So all I did was pull up the Mike Ferry script. Hi, my name's Tarek Moussa. I'm sure you figured out your home's come up on our computer as an expired listing. And I'm calling to see, when do you plan on interviewing the right agent for the job of selling your home? And I went through that script. They would say, are you reading a script? I appreciate that question. If you sold this home, where would you move next? Okay. So guys, I wasn't good. I wasn't good, but I was doing it. I'm going to tell you what happened. All of a sudden, I'm landing appointments on what's going on here. And guess what? I don't even know how to go on appointment. I don't even know how to do a listing contract. So I land all these appointments and I go to the #1 agent in my office. I say, hey, you want to go on some appointments with me? If we get the deals, we'll go 50-50. He goes, yeah. 90 days later, I made $120,000 selling houses. I'm going to say this again. Within 90 days, I was living in a garage, couldn't put gas in my car. 90 days later, I had made $120,000. And 6 weeks to 8 weeks after that, I bought my very first home for almost $1 million. So anyone that tells you you can't find success fast in this business is full of shit. Anyone that tells you it's going to take a long time, it's not. If you're willing to put in the work, if you're willing to hustle and you're willing to listen and learn, you can literally change your life in 90 days. Now, you guys are probably wondering, what I would say on these calls. Would you guys like to hear a role play? Who wants to role play with me?
Come on, just unmute yourself. Let's go. Y'all know I love role play. Let's go. Go ahead, Harry.
Hello.
Hello.
Who am I talking to? Can I see them on the screen? Where are they at?
Samantha.
Okay, wait. Let's bring up Harry first. He had his hand up, and then go ahead, Harry.
Okay, Harry.
Hey,
So
Tarek, it's Harry.
here's what I want you to be. I want you to be an expired listing. I want you to be frustrated with the process. I want you to be annoyed by real estate agents. You wanted to move to a different state because you wanted to go for your retirement, but because the house didn't sell, you didn't move, and you're tired, sick and tired of agents, blah, blah, blah. So this is a real life scenario. Does everybody agree?
Yep.
All right, we're going to do this. Here we go. It will go ring, ring, ring. Hi, is this Harry?
Hello? This is Harry speaking. Who's this?
Hey, Harry, my name is Tarek Moussa with eXp Realty. I'm sure you know your home did come up as an expired listing this morning, and I'm just giving you a call to find out when you plan on interviewing a new agent to get your home sold.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of calls from agents, and they're all asking me that same question. And I'm just trying to figure out what's difference between all these agents. I know I've got my property into the MLS and I should have sold. What would you be able to do different for me?
That's a great question. So what are you looking for in the next agent you choose?
I'm looking for somebody to move my house finally.
Okay, well, why did your agent?
I had showings, no offers.
Okay, so
It's a pain in the butt. I keep taking my family out of the house, 2 or 3 times a day sometimes, and we're not getting offers.
and why did your agent say the home didn't sell?
When I finally got a hold of my agent, they didn't have a satisfactory answer for me. I mean, the house is in great condition. I think we're competitively priced. I don't know why it's not selling.
Okay,
and my agent couldn't tell me.
Okay, well, I just got to say, while your agent was making excuses, my real estate organization actually sold 337 houses. Yeah, is right. So I guess my question is, if you sell this home, where were you going to move next?
Planning on moving over to Miami.
Miami, man, I absolutely love Miami. What takes you out to Miami?
Just want to go down there for the lifestyle. I like the warm tropical weather. South Beach, I've been down there once. It was a cool place to hang out. I just want to get down there and enjoy the lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. It sounds pretty exciting. So how soon do you actually want to be there?
I'm hoping, I had a job offer to, a transfer for my job, but I'm not sure that's still on the table because it's taking so long to sell the house now.
Okay, so
I need to revisit that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it sounds like you have an opportunity with work, right?
Possibly.
Yeah, and it sounds like you really love Miami. So let me ask you this. Other than the house not selling, what's preventing you from moving?
Well, not selling the house is part of that. I need to take funds out of the equity that I have in the house with me to buy the next house. With interest rates the way they are, I've got to bring some cash to the table with me. I've got to buy this down a little bit to afford what I want.
Got it. Well, so it makes sense, Harry. So in order for you to move to Miami, you need to get your home sold. So if you knew 100% there was a better way to get your home sold and get you to Miami so you can be where you want to be, would you at least want to know about that?
I would, but I'm gonna need proof of concept for this.
You know what? And that's exactly why we need to get together. What do you think's the best time for me to come by tonight? Do you think 4 o'clock is good, or do you think 6 might be better for you?
Uh, how about 6?
6 is great. All right, I'll see you tonight.
All right,
That
thank you.
that's an expired listing role play. Do you guys like that? You guys want to do more? Claudine, what do you think? Should we do more? You want me to continue with my story? What are you guys in the mood for?
I want to do one more. Let's bring the next person up. I love role play.
Me
Go
too.
ahead, Rosemary. Let's bring Rosemary up.
Hi there. Yes, let's do it. Come on.
All right, ring, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hi, is this Rosemary?
Who's this?
Hey, Rosemary, this is Tarek with eXp Realty. Sure, you know your home came up as an expired listing, and I'm calling to find out when you plan on interviewing a new agent so you can get that home sold.
You know what? I don't even know. You guys, you agents, I get calls all day, every day. It's becoming like really annoying.
Oh man, that must be driving you crazy.
It really is.
Oh man, I'd be frustrated too. How many calls are you getting?
I would say like 3-4 calls a day.
Oh my gosh, that's a whole bunch of calls. Well, let me ask you, if you had sold the house, where were you going to move next?
Probably Florida.
Florida. I love Florida. They have the best beaches, but what takes you out to Florida?
Just a different lifestyle. I want to get out of New York.
Yeah, you want to get out of New York. And what was your time frame on trying to be there?
I really didn't have a time frame.
Okay.
I figured, you know what, whenever I got the home sold, I would just leave.
Okay, got it. Well, I mean, I did see you were listed for 6 months. What do you think stopped the home from selling?
You know, I don't really know. I got a couple of showings. I really didn't get any feedback from any of the showings.
Really?
And you know, I don't really know what was done to get my house sold. I never really knew, you know, like what did my agent do? I don't even know. Like I never really spoke to that person.
Okay, well that's a little odd that you didn't get communication from, someone that's supposed to be representing what might be your biggest asset. So that's a little odd to me. How did you pick the last agent you worked with?
She was referred to me.
She was referred to. Okay. And when you interviewed that agent, um, how many homes had they sold in the last 12 months?
I didn't really ask. You know, I just felt like they knew what they were doing. You know, they came referred to me by someone else. So I kind of just went with it.
Okay, and well, obviously you worked with that agent. So after that experience, what do you feel they should have done as a real estate agent trying to sell your house?
Definitely, you know, definitely communicated with me, you know, reached out. I mean, I think that's like the most important thing, right? Because I want to know what's going on.
Yeah, so I mean, so it sounds like you're looking for communication, you're looking for tenacity, you're looking for a proven track record in the next agent you decide to work with, right?
For sure.
Well, that's exactly why we need to get together, because I'd love to show you exactly how step by step I can get you to Florida in the shortest amount of time and get you the most amount of money. So would you be willing to meet with me tonight at 4, or do you think 6 o'clock might be better?
No, 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 no. Today, it's not going to work today. First of all, my husband's got to be there too, because I want him to meet you, and he's part of that, you know, deciding who we're going to go with.
I make
Yeah,
the
yeah,
final decision.
He
yeah.
makes the final decision.
Oh yeah, no problem at all. So do you prefer mornings, like maybe tomorrow morning, or do you think tomorrow afternoon or evening might be better for you?
Probably the morning. Let's do the morning.
Tomorrow morning. Okay, so how about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning? Keep pushing me off. Don't let me land the appointment yet.
Yeah, no, don't worry, I'm not. 9 o'clock? No, that's not going to work. John, can you do 9 o'clock tomorrow? No, he can't do 9.
Okay, so when do you think is a good time for us to get together?
I don't know. Maybe next week sometime.
Maybe next week sometime. Okay. I'd have to check my calendar, but let me ask you really quick because you said you wanted to move to Florida, right?
Yeah, but I got no time frame. I told you I got no time frame. I'm not in any rush.
Right, right. Totally understand that. So I just want to bring something up because would you agree it's important to sell your house for the most amount of money possible so you can buy the nicest house you can in Florida?
Yeah.
Okay, so something interesting is happening in the real estate market. You see, we have no inventory. So I've already ran the comps in your neighborhood and there's not much for sale. But here's my concern. My concern is maybe we don't meet for 1 to 2 weeks. Maybe it takes you 4 to 6 weeks to make a decision. And what if by then 3 new homes are up for sale in your neighborhood? What happens to the value of your house?
Let me ask you this. What's your fee?
So that's a great question. And that's why I'm trying to get together with you guys. So honestly, I'm flexible. I can come tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., or I can come at noon or even 7 p.m. Like, what do you guys prefer?
No, next week. Next week.
Next week. Well, it's Wednesday. So how about Monday?
Yeah, Monday sounds good.
Oh, yeah. What time? I should probably know what time.
Uh, can you do 8 p.m. next Monday?
I'll do any time you want. And that's why I sell so many houses.
All right, and you're like look, you're a legit agent, right? Like I never even heard of what did you say you were from?
EXP Realty, which is the fastest growing real estate organization across the entire globe.
Okay. I mean I'm gonna be honest, I've never seen a sign, not even like an office anywhere where I live.
Yeah, and you know what? Me telling you, it's not going to do much. I'd rather show you, and I'm just so excited for Monday.
All right. If anything should change, you definitely give me your info or email me because just in case something should change, I definitely want to reach out to you for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just so you know, at some point over the weekend, I'm going to drop off a package with a lot of information. And if you can just shoot me a text to confirm you received it, that would be great. That way we're ready for Monday's meeting. How does that sound?
That sounds good. I was actually going to ask you for that because I like to review it first. This way, if I have any questions, I'm ready for you on Monday.
Okay, great. By the way, great job. This is important. The reason I said I'm going to drop off a package on the weekend, because I felt based on her tone, there's a chance she might cancel my Monday meeting. So what did I do? I got her to agree to do me a favor. You see, she's going to work for me and she's going to send me a text to let me know she received my package. You see that little trick right there? It's all psychology. They're going to be there Monday because now they feel obligated. And that's it. I haven't done that in many, many years other than for fun, you guys. But listen, like all day long, all day long. And here's the trick. You're never, I'm going to say it one more time. You're never going to convince someone to do something they don't want to do. We are looking for a needle in a haystack. How do you find a needle in a haystack? You got to move a bunch of hay. And in this situation, what's the hay? Well, those are the sellers. The more sellers we talk to, the closer we get to someone that's ready. That's the secret sauce.
So now that you just mentioned the package, because I just saw a question come through the chat, what are you dropping off? If you can just share that with everyone.
Yeah, pre-listing package. I haven't done this in so long, so I just go on Google, ask ChatGPT, what should I put my pre-listing package? I would say, and then you want to like impress people, right? So I would pull up like everything. Like I'd call the title rep, hey, send me the like 200-page useless property profile. It's useless, but sellers like it. Call escrow, just and bring them gifts and just give. That's it. If you do that, if you guys focus on giving, helping, and making contacts, I don't care what you know about real estate. It doesn't matter. You're going to be more successful than you ever imagined. And if you don't know anything about real estate, it doesn't matter either, because you can be like me, go partner with an agent, take half the money because you know how to talk on the phone. That's it.
Go ahead, Vlad. You have a question?
May I ask a quick question?
Absolutely.
Hey, so today on the call, this guy told me, how would you handle this? The guy told me, he's like, I'm having a hard time building a relationship with a random agent who just called me.
Okay, so well, I'm having a hard
It was
time.
expired.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
see, that's because you're letting him lead the conversation. No one's leading my conversation. I come in firing up. Once you sold this home, where will you move next? Well, how soon do you want to be there? You see how much rapport I'm building? What did your agent do that you like best? What do you think they should have done? While your agent was making excuses, my team sold 337 houses. Well, I don't feel comfortable working with an agent that I don't have rapport with. Well, that's even a bigger reason for us to get together, because I don't want to be your guy for this one transaction. I want to be your guy for the rest of my life. So 5 years from now, 10 years from now, if you need real estate help, you got somebody to call. And the only way we make that happen is by getting started. So trust me when I say it is worth your time for us to get together. So what do you think's a better time? Tonight at 4, or do you think 5 o'clock?
gotcha. Okay, so bring on the fire. Got it. Thank you.
Well, let's go. Fire, fire, fire. We are fighting, bro. We go all day. Listen, I'm on the phone. I'd stay on the phone until they hung up on me. Like, it doesn't matter.
And Tarek, when they hang up, you call back and say, was there an accident?
Hell yes, I did.
Yeah, we got disconnected.
We got disconnected. And then say, oh, you're too aggressive. Let me ask you a question. Don't you want an aggressive agent selling your home? Here's what most people do. Don't you want an aggressive agent selling your home? Because I think you should. I think it's important. No, we ask questions, we zip our mouth, and we throw away the key. And that's the biggest problem of salespeople. Salespeople, they ask the question, then they answer the question. So we got to become experts at asking questions and staying quiet. And if it stays quiet, you just sit there quiet until they talk. And trust me, they're going to talk. So there's an objection handler for every single objection. Oh, you're way too aggressive. Well, oh, was your agent that you were working with before aggressive? No. Okay. Well, what did you think about the results a non-aggressive agent brought you? You see, sales is nothing more than asking a series of questions to get what you want.
I want to just segue right now because we have about 5 more minutes with Tarek. Does anybody have a specific question that's going to help their business explode? If you have a question, just if you could take 30 seconds, blurt out that question, Tarek answers it. If you have a question, if you could just raise your hand. I know Tarek has about 4 or 5 more minutes with us. Tarek, we have a question in the chat room. What type of dialer did you use?
Yeah, so this was a long time ago, but I used the Mojo dialer, and then I would get my expired leads from the Red X. And just so you guys know, and this is another important thing. When I called an expired, if there was an expired listing, what day is it? Wednesday? Today's expired listings by this time of the day, I've already called all of today's expired listings at least 50, 60 times. The same phone number, 50, 60 times. And I'll call them hundreds of times for an entire week. And at the end of the week, if I got nowhere, I throw it in the trash and I move on. It doesn't take 1 attempt, 2, 10. It's so funny. My salespeople, oh, I tried them. How many attempts? I look in the system, 7. You think you're going to get a deal from 7 attempts? 700. Trust me, the more difficult they are to get a hold of, when you do, the more rewarding it's going to be.
Ah, that was good. Did y'all catch that? Did you use the same number or did you get reported as spam? They probably didn't have spam and stuff like that back then. No?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Like, now the phone numbers show up as spam only. I don't really think we had that way back when.
Yeah, well, I started off hand dialing, so everybody knows. I started off hand dialing. And then I got into the dialer later, so you don't even need a dialer.
All right. Do we have any more questions? Joe, go ahead, Joe.
I'm sorry, I'll make this quick. I just wanted to verify. When you said you were calling them back that day, or would you give them like a couple of days to not be so hot that their house didn't expire and then call them back?
I'm sorry, ask that question one more time.
Did you call them back when you followed up with, like, if you didn't get an answer or something like that? Did you call them back that evening, or would you give them a couple of days? Like
Oh
if they
no, I
didn't
call them. I
answer?
call them back 10 minutes later. 10 minutes later, and then 20 minutes after that, and then an hour after that, and then 30 minutes after. All day, I'd call, flip the page, next. I'm done calling, flip it back over, start from the beginning. Call,
Okay,
flip it back over, start from the beginning.
great. Thank you.
Yeah, here's the cool thing, you guys. Like I'm telling you, if you guys literally just did exactly what I said, your life would change. You'd all be millionaires. Like, and it's not hard. You see how easy it is? You just learned that you need to call the same lead hundreds of times, right? You just learned that you need to learn what to say. So you should probably take this recording and listen to it, write it down, put in your own words, and practice it. But if you do these things and you work your butt off, your life will change.
Well, I want to mention this, Tarek, because if you register to be here, if you didn't register and you somehow got here, make sure you register, because what we will do is send out 162 pages of scripts, whether they be for sale by owner, expires, your warm list, we've got it all. We will send you a list, no, 160 pages, literally, of scripts and what to say. I see somebody said, well, what do you say when you get there? Okay. You know, I'm a Florida Gator. Sometimes I will walk in a person's house, Tarek, and they were they were a Seminole. I'd make light of that. I'd make
Yeah.
light of it just to create some type of synergy and bond.
Yes.
I mean, I could be walking in Target and somebody has on a Florida State hat. I'll just tap them on the shoulder and say, hey, go Gators, just to start speaking to them. Okay. So it's not a script when you walk into the house. It's going to be more of practice. You're going to feel out the person's personality, and then you go into that direction.
100%.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, 100%. The best thing you could do is build rapport. It's not even about the house. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I was so excited to come see you guys today. I spent some time. So how was your day today? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, are these family photos? Oh, you got some kids? What do the kids do? Great. Oh, so how excited are you guys to move? How long you been planning it? Talk about their wants and their desires and their needs. Talk about the things that excite them. And then we go into the pain, which is the house, and then we show them how we can help them get rid of that pain.
All right, guys, it's 7:42.
I got a special guest. I'm sitting
Oh,
here
tell him
football.
Auntie is here. Tell him Auntie is here.
Here's my shy boy.
Oh, well, listen, Tarek, I know that you are on a limited time here with us. I just want to say on behalf of our organization that we welcome you. We appreciate you. Guys, if you are not fired up, that's too bad for you, because I wrote so many notes. You know, I just wrote, let me just tell you what I wrote. Just start, get started. You don't have to be perfect, just get started. And when you get started, don't quit, be consistent. Even when you are bad, be consistent, because in the bad, you'll become good. Those are my notes, just those few notes.
Man, I'm sorry. I wish all of you understood how far you could go, man. Like, you can go so much farther than you know. Like, forget every single thing your parents told you, your teachers, your principals, your coworkers. They don't know shit. They know nothing. You guys can go so far. You just got to do it. And the only way to do it, I say it all the time when I'm training people on how to flip houses, is to do it. Actually do the thing you're supposed to do. So that means you actually have to make the call. You got to knock on that door. You can't read about it. You can't talk about it. You can't watch videos about it. You just got to do it. And if you do that, it's gonna work.
Y'all type in the chat box as he exits, just do it. Just write, just do it in the chat box. Tarek, thank you for being here.
See you guys.
See you later. I'm gonna wrap this training up in the next 15 minutes. Bye, Tarek. All right, guys, was that not hot or what? Like, who's ready to make some phone calls? Who's ready to get on their phone and just call the people in their phones? Like, who's ready? Who's ready to ask for a referral? Like who's like, I'm ready to just randomly call people. Like, I'm ready. I'm like, who called me today? Let's see. And maybe I don't call the people that called me today because I just talked to them. But how many people are excited about life in 2024? How many people, and I'm gonna tell y'all, the trick is not really a trick. The trick is really being consistent, because the truth is everybody else will not be. Tarek is not special in the fact that he was just blessed with success. He just kept going. He kept going, and he kept going, and he kept going. And when opportunity presented himself, he landed a huge show on HGTV. But the truth is, if he were not doing the things that he was doing prior to, I don't know if he would be on the show. I don't know. His own show, that's a big deal. Like, if you're not inspired right now, and I just want to go over some notes, because y'all think we know it all, and you think I don't take notes. I take notes. Okay. I noticed the questions that he asked. How did you pick the last agent? Like, what qualities did they have? Because he's gonna make sure he don't go in there with those same qualities. Whether he has them or not, he's gonna make sure he don't go in there with the same things. How many homes did your last agent sell in the last 6 months? The beauty of you being a part of a team, guys, is that you get to leverage the 23 years of business that I've been able to do. Guys, 500 million in sales, that's a big deal. Guys, you got to do whatever it takes. He said it's just a needle in the haystack. So now all you got to do is go find the needles in the haystack. Those are the sellers. When I first got started in real estate 23 years ago, I would always wonder why the office was pushing me to be a seller's agent. Like, I didn't want to do it because it was hard. I didn't want to make the phone calls. I could just call people, and say, hey, you want to buy? And it was easy. They didn't have to pay me no money. But then I got smart. Y'all right, got smart. Right? I got smart. I just went on a listing appointment just a day ago and got a listing for 7% at nearly $800,000. Guys, we're selling an $8 million property in Jupiter Island at 6%. Some of y'all would have cut y'all commissions at 4%. That's crazy. Everything else going up, why are you going backwards? If everything else is going up, why is your commission going down? Think about that for a second. That's right. Robert, go big or go bigger. Don't even go home. Just go big or go bigger. So guys, do y'all have any questions right now? Guys, and the tools that he went over for expires is the same thing you're going to go over with warm leads, FISBOs. Like, I'm listening to Jeff. He's like, oh, I got the listing. It took me 8 months, but I just kept calling. On week 2, I got the listing because everybody else quit. I need you to listen to what I'm telling you. I got the listing because the seller told me everybody called on day 1. Boom, expired. You start getting all these phone calls. Day 2, they kind of slow down. By the end of week 1, ain't nobody calling no more because y'all got lazy and y'all quit. Y'all got lazy and you quit. And Jeff did not quit. He got his letters. He got his letters ready to go out. He's already prepared. Angelique is already prepared. Ro is already prepared. Sonia is already prepared. Joe is already prepared. Robert is already prepared. Some of y'all need to be repaired. Okay, gotta take the earrings off. That head shaking is dangling those earrings a little bit too much. Oh, I love it. Guys, listen. This is the time to prove your success to you. This is the time to realize, okay, wait, all the rinky-dink people left. Great. They weren't doing nothing anyway. And then you're going to say, well, they were taking up the market share. No, they wasn't, because they weren't doing nothing. They weren't even skillful. They were doing onesies and twosies, okay? We don't want you doing onesies and twosies. We want you closing 4, 5, 10 deals a month. Okay. And then we want you to create a team. We want you to create a team, right? Take advantage of the rev share. I love looking at my rev share. I look at it every day. Know how people smoke cigarettes 2 and 3 times a day? I don't smoke. I just look at the rev share. That's my smoke for the day. I don't, the Slims, no. I'm looking at the rev share all day. We all got our different vices. What's your vice? Guys, start creating team camaraderie. I'm realizing my team is getting stronger because we're doing more events together. We're doing more things together. I just got a phone call from a condo, an apartment building in Hollywood, Florida, guys, that's converting to condos. We're going to get first looks at these properties. Guess what? We're going to do a brunch over there. They're sponsoring it. My agents get to eat for free. Hello? Start doing brokers open houses. Y'all want some price reductions? Let me tell y'all why I did brokers opens. I did brokers open so all the realtors can come, give me their feedback so I can give the paper to the seller and say, here's the feedback. I told you I wasn't lying. I think now it's time to do a price improvement. Guys, improvement means reduction. Okay? Improvement means reduction. So now, guys, start doing more open houses. You are not just doing an open house to get the buyer to buy the house. You sleep if that's what you think you're doing open houses for. You're going to get some cookies. You can get some little waters. And if you fancy, you're going to just label them with your brand. And you're going to wait for all the nosy neighbors to come and see how great you're doing with the open house. Because they're getting ready to put their house on the market. And they want to know what's in this house that looks like my house, and what is this agent doing? And when they come in, they're going to register. Don't get his long registration list. Name, phone number, and email. That's it. And if you have an agent, don't even ask that question. Because some of y'all not going to call if they say they have an agent. Because you don't even know if they signed something with that agent. Because if they didn't, guess what? You can be their agent. Okay? But you're going to make the house look nice. You're going to put up signs. You're going to walk the community, invite the neighbors. They're going to love that. They're going to say, we loved how you came and you gave us a flyer. Yeah, you got to go to work. Yeah, you want the buyer, but you want the seller to know that you're working. And I had a guy tell me he put a house on the market, making about $60,000 in commission and did not want open house. He couldn't do the open house. Huh? And then you say you broke. I'm confused. Do the open house. Do it every week, Saturday and Sunday. We are in business to do work. And if you have a small team, you start building a team, guys, because your team members can now do the open houses with and for you. Guys, we're about to do a brokers open next week. I'm caravanning my people to Jupiter Island. We're going in a caravan. Because I want more properties like that, right? More properties like that. All right, do we have any questions? Angelique, come on up.
I don't have a question, but you just made a very good comment about doing a broker's open. I have a property in Boynton Beach. Long story short, I called the other 3 realtors who has a listing. I said, why don't we all just do a broker's open together and just open up the whole community and make it big? And they said, yes, let's do it. We can schedule it for the 19th. I'm so excited. I just wanted to share that. Crystal, I'm always excited.
Yes.
Getting my voice back.
Buyers for that. Guys, this is the year. This is the year. You're gonna break up. You're gonna make it or you're gonna fold. I'm not folding. My 4 eyes now are on the prize. See, I got 4. Some of y'all still got 2. I got 4. My 4 eyes are on the prize. And it's to create more homeowners by creating more inventory in the real estate market. Okay, folding is not allowed. Okay, you talk to somebody, y'all write a handwritten note card. I don't care if you didn't close the deal, write them a handwritten note card. Don't get fancy, stick the stamp, lick it and stick it and send it. That's the only mail, look, that's the only mail I want to open, the ones that don't look like bills. I want to open something that makes me feel good.
Amen.
Right? Right? Yeah, so I'm, if there are no more questions or comments, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna release you guys early, but every Wednesday at 7 p.m. we are bringing the heat. We're not playing around. We're about to go on tour. We're selling properties. Listen, a quarter of my business was in referrals last year. I'm not trying to get licensed in all 50 of y'all states. For what? That's not maximizing my time. I'm gonna call Kim in California and say, Kim, I'm sending a referral over to you for 25 or 40%, whatever y'all do. Don't send me no referral talking about 40%, because you're not gonna get the highest and best usage of me. Okay? Because I work. All right, you get what you pay for. Okay, you get what you pay for. All right, guys. Yep, and guess what? I learned this from Ro. Ro is in the business. Guys, I gotta tell y'all her story. I meet her at this event. She tells me she's gonna become a realtor. I follow up with her. At the event, she tears up her ankle. I'm like, well, where is she? Like, we're in the middle of nowhere. Where could she have gone? And she comes back with her ankle all wrapped up. I don't just meet her at the event. I call her 2 weeks from the event and said, hey, how's your leg? Like, how's your ankle? Don't y'all think Ro remembered that? When nobody else asked her about her ankle, Claudienne had a reminder in her phone. I can't make this up. I put the reminder in my phone to check on Ro. I already knew she wanted to become a realtor, and I already knew she was going to be on my team. She didn't know it, but I did. Guys, her first year, 8 million. And I hate to say that it was in New York, because y'all going to think it's Manhattan in the city where the condos are 2 and 3 and 8 and 15 million. No, it's in a very rural part of New York. I don't even remember Gotham. I think that's the name of her city, Gotham. I never heard of Gotham.
Goshen.
Goshen. There you go. One of the two. I was close.
That's right. Orange County, New York. It's about an hour and 15 minutes north of New York City.
And then she said this, y'all. Well, Claudienne, nobody sells over here. I said, Ro, let me ask you a question. I said, do you get any material in your mailbox? She said, no. I said, because that's why the people aren't doing anything, because they don't know what's going on in the market. Literally, she started advertising, going into coffee shops, going into the pizza place, talking to the son of the owner of the this. She got this one lady's house was 200 years old. I didn't even think that was possible. I'm like, what? 200 years? That's crazy. She just boom, 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 but her customer service. But I share this story about Ro for a couple of reasons. Her first year, she did 8 million. She's in her second year. She's gonna blow that number out of the water. But number two, we learned something from Ro. She goes to the local coffee shop, and she gets a $5, $10 gift certificate, and she puts it in the envelope with a thank you note card, and it works like a charm. So guess what we do? We do what Ro do. We don't care that she's 2 years in the game, and I'm 23. That was new success. We're gonna duplicate it at its greatest capacity. So start being around like-minded people. Start being around. I have to call Ro in New York to ask her where to go in my own hometown. I'm like, well, Ro, where should we go to dinner? She comes. I'm like, I never heard of this place. I'm not even getting out enough. Some of y'all might beg to differ. But listen, it is 8 o'clock, guys. Our training is from 7 to 8 every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, listen, next week is if you thought tonight was lit, next week, lit. Go ahead, Charlene Garrett.
I don't have a question. I just want to
Okay.
say thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Guys, when you down and out, take a break. Take a break. I took a break the other day. 2 o'clock in the day, I took a nap. I never take naps. My body needed a break, but I'm energized. Like, I'm energized. And then get back on top of it. Get back on top. Same link each week. You do not need to re-register. Take the link, put it in your notepad, because you will be a part of my drip marketing campaign. Let me just get that out of there right now. Okay, because I'm smart. Y'all think I'm just gonna let y'all on here with no name, phone number? No, I want to know what company you work with. I want to see all the Keller Williams people. I want to see all the Century 21 people, because I'm gonna come for you. I just throw that out right now. I'm gonna come out for you. Okay, I want you to be a part of what we have going on here at EXP. But listen, I always say a thing when I hang up. It's love, peace, and real estate. And so unmute yourselves and let's say it all together on the count of 3. Unmute yourselves. 1, 2, 3.
Love,
peace,
and
real
real
estate.
Stay.
With that.
Good night.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.